Yo, hi. I am the reason Asmongold is bald, aka the best hairline in the game, and I want to talk about something which had me completely blown away this past week, which is Wondrous Tales, a system in Final Fantasy that does not make you hate the game or yourself, or specifically Ian Hazzikostas. For quick context, I am a WoW veteran that played for 14-ish years, 15 maybe, started in BC, mid-BC, who quit WoW when Jeff Kaplan left Overwatch and started Final Fantasy shortly after. I am extremely good at stalling. Just checked playtime, it says 23 days, 17 hours. These are my jobs. I am in patch 3.2. Starting it, actually. And yeah, everyone that has, or anyone that has played WoW in the past couple of years knows that systems are basically the one thing destroying every iteration of every patch up until the 9.3 9.3 won't exist, the 0.3 patch, which inevitably fixes all the system's flaws. And this is the complete opposite. This is refreshing as fuck. Quick explanation on the system. It's a book you get every week, Tuesday, 9 a.m. You can grab it from Chloe Paloe, and it lasts for 2 weeks. So you have 2 weeks of time, but you should only take one, maybe a bit over that, to finish it, because you can finish one book a week. So you can also finish it, I don't know, Wednesday, Thursday, and then get a new book, and then, you know, take your time with it, because it does last 2 weeks. So it gives you a grace period if you have a busy life, which World of Warcraft players will know doesn't really exist there. You're kind of forced to do it every fucking week, or you're falling behind and have to wait for the catch-up mechanic. But this is completely void of all of that, because this is a system that is it's just fun. It's literally just fun. It's good rewards, and not rewards that you need, but rewards that you want. I mean, look at this. 3-line reward is 20 of these 50,000 MGP cards. That's a million MGP. That's a mount. That's this mount that I farmed for the 23 days. Only bought it like a couple days ago. So yeah, you get, first row is always dungeons. I think it's just a variety of dungeons, and this is just a variety of old content. I think this is PvP, and this is a raid from ARR. These are trials that I haven't unlocked yet. But even if too many of those I hadn't unlocked and I wanted to do these 3 dungeons again, I could use a point here and just make these available. The done ones become unchecked and the unchecked ones become checked, so you can just redo it again. Very lovely if you just want to farm the same shit over and over and be done with it in a quick way. But as for me, who's very new with this system, I want to kind of maximize everything out of it, or at least want to get 3 lines. So how it works, you do a activity, gives you a little arrow, you can check it or leave it unchecked, which is important, because if you click it, you get a seal randomly placed on here. You can get 9 seals, and there's 3 lines that you can potentially get. So a line is 4 seals in a row, like this would be a line, this is a line, this is a line. And then there's second chance points, which you always get if you join an activity by the duty finder. I think it's only dungeons and raids and trials, not guild heists, where a player is new. If a player is new to the dungeon and hasn't done it before, you get a second chance point. At first I thought these are very hard to come by, but especially as a new player, if I just look at my Realm Reborn dungeons, a lot of these, if I would have done these, there's a check mark. Hullbreaker Isle. Haven't ever done it. Could queue for it right now and get a second chance point. So it's a system built on RNG, but there's a deterministic-ish way to farm more RNG. So I could just shuffle these, and it changes location of all seals. You can only do this if you have, I think, 3 and 7 seals. Anything over you can't reroll anymore, so the meta, I guess, is you farm 7 seals, then you reroll, and if you're comfortable with your layout, and there's calculators for that, you just complete the last 2. And you can already complete them and just check them afterwards. So you're not, like, you don't have to lock yourself out of the content because it doesn't auto-complete the seal. It's very comfortable. And it's just, I don't know. I've fallen in love with this. I want to farm second chance points and get 3 lines because it's just content, and it enables all old content. And you can do, for example, this one. I could do it synced or unsynced. I could be done in 2 minutes, or I could take an hour and have some fun with potentially new players or just random players defeating an old trial from the game. I can't. And the other rewards, I actually only looked at the bronze certificate rewards, which are already kind of cool. There's wind-up pets for important lore characters, and I think there's wind-up Estinian, which I definitely want to get, because I already care more about Estinian than I would care about a wind-up Thrall doll. Because they really showed me the character, and they made me sympathize with him, and right now he's a dragon. But that doesn't matter. I just imagine if this system was in WoW, a system that doesn't force you to play every week, else you'll fall behind, not only in, I don't know, transmog or something that's fairly irrelevant for the game, but no, you straight up fall behind in power. I recently subbed a little bit of a mistake when the new patch hit, because I watched the World First race, and I was like, Rogues are playing Assassination right now. Guess I want to do that too. I had to run 17 Mythic Plus dungeons to get a fucking dagger, and then I had to switch my Covenant, and had to farm Renown. And before I had all my Renown, I didn't even get my Conduit slots, which made my DPS suffer. I felt like shit throughout all of it, because systems upon systems just told me, you should have done this earlier, should have done this week 1, and you should have done this every fucking time. This system here gives you 2 weeks to just grab some fun rewards. And if you're too lazy for it, or maybe, I don't know how it is with players that have been playing for a long time, maybe they have gotten all the rewards and there's just no fun in it for them anymore. But you can also get gold, and I think you can buy something that is fairly sellable with these. So even if you don't need the fun rewards, you can still get gold out of it. Switch to what we have in WoW as a weekly system, and I'm only in Heavensward. I don't know if there's going to be more systems, and if there are, it's different than in WoW. I'm not like, oh, please don't add a system that fucks it up more than it already is. But if I compare this, it's do the recent raid. This is going to stay the same for the whole fucking patch. You only get your loot if you do Sanctum of Domination. Mythic Dungeons. You get a set of 8 Mythic Dungeons, start of the expansion, and you know in 2 years I will still run this as a plus 15, and depending on the class, I might still run this as a plus 15 and hope I get my fucking trinket in a slot here, or you can upgrade it, or whatever the fuck. But essentially, you're farming the same trinket from the start of the expansion to the end of the expansion. It's mind-numbing. And I would just love to imagine another reason than the loot itself from the old raids to do old raids in WoW. Because even if time walking is up, the only reason I did time walking was at the start of a patch, and I kind of stopped doing it in Shadowlands because my incentive of Titan Forging wasn't there anymore. I couldn't even get the good trinket Titan Forged or a weapon Titan Forged out of the time walking box to satisfy me for doing those 5 dungeons because I needed a reward. I want to do the content because the naval can still drop Nightmare for me, the mount. And I do need all of these rewards. And if I don't do them, if I sleep on it for a week, I don't miss out on anything. It's just mind-boggling how both our systems, they're not geared towards the same goal, but one has players up in arms all the time at every iteration that this guy, Ian, puts out, and the other one is literally invigorating me to the point where I have to make a video about it, because I'm like, people have to see how much fun there is, or there can be, in a system that is in a video game. I'm getting angry just the same way Preach got in his latest video where he read the Ian interview, and he just repeatedly said, play a fucking RPG. And yeah, I heard it recently. History doesn't repeat itself, but it often rhymes. So the Final Fantasy devs, they don't have to play WoW at all anymore, but it's the other way around now. I'm pretty damn sure the only way the WoW devs can see, or I don't know what they have to do to shatter their illusion of what they're doing is great fun in a video game. But as someone who has played WoW for 14 years and has come into this game and has wasted a lot of time not doing the end game content, I can just say they have to play this game to feel the difference between the two. It is night and day. I used to always tell people in WoW, especially people that told me, yeah, they played WoW, it was not for me. Always ask them, yeah, what did you do? And they mostly weren't max level and didn't do end game content. And then I always told them, yeah, that's not the real game. You have to do max level shit. That's the real game. I finally understand the other side of the coin. I've been stalling for 23, almost 24 in-game days, doing whatever the fuck, farming MGP, spending every day in the sauce of fishing, doing ocean fishing, figuring out mining, flipping a bit on the market board, RPing, going to a club, to a cosplay convention, doing a Kim Possible cosplay. I think it should still be in my glamour plates. It was very cute, and I won $1 million, Jill. This feels like a real video game. This feels very much like what people want from Classic Plus, but just overall in a much better product. I don't know. I'm blown away by this, and I'm blown away at how different two people, probably namely in this case Yoshi P and Ian Hazzikostas, can think about how players want to spend their time. Jesus Christ, Ian, go fucking fuck yourself, dickhead.